So I've been using Roll20 since the summer of 2012. It's come a long way, and even since my last review, it's really changed. So I'm here to tell you about Roll20 in its current state. Yes, it still is system agnostic. While it can support certain types of systems more, overall it still offers a great deal. Now let's talk about virtual tabletop features. Well, first off, the necessities. Roll20 features a good set of bare necessities for all users, like a turn tracker, 4 layering systems including the token layer, map layer, GM layer, and the dynamic lighting layer. Drawing tools, a fog of war, a dice rolling GUI if you don't want to use the commands or you don't know how, and it has a pretty nice user interface for those tools as well. Going on with its basic features, the sidebar is where you'll access such things as your art library, your journal, card decks and rollable tables, which are fully customizable, by the way, your text chat, and the settings tab. You can have multiple pages, and of which you can split up party members to see different maps, a much needed feature that's actually pretty intuitive to use. Also, there's 3D dice. There's been 3D dice on here for a while, but its performance has always been a bit lacking and a little slow. But they have improved it. Let's try this feature out now. As you can see, it's already a lot more responsive, and you have a nice little drop shadow that shows up. I actually leave this off because it's just not necessary for me anymore, as I am more accustomed to playing with the virtual tabletops now than I am playing in a real environment. But for those of you that do still play at a real table more often than not, it might be nice to try them out to make you feel more at home. Now, journals and handouts. We've been over this before in my previous review, but they've really improved. Now you can link a specific handout to a player or vice versa. Instead of searching through the whole mess of handouts, you can simply go to the character's journal and click the link that you assigned, bringing up the handout. Video and voice chat. You see, before, the Flash video player was buggy, and the other, even more fickle service, WebRTC, just didn't work for a lot of people. So they integrated with Google Plus Hangouts, and that made a lot of lives easier. Now, WebRTC works pretty well for Roll20, though it does require a bit more bandwidth than Google Plus Hangouts. Now let's take a look at the community and marketplace. These have stayed roughly the same since my last review. They've taken away off-topic subforums to encourage only Roll20 and role-playing posts, and added an API section where users can discuss, share, and make tweaks to any API scripts they've written. And the devs and mod team are excellent at getting back to you in the troubleshooting subforum. The Looking for Group subforum has remained a good resource for those who needed a GM or some players. Also, the marketplace has a lot more to offer now than it once did. While fantasy tokens and maps litter the streets, there are some generic maps and even some sci-fi related assets. There's also now a Roll20 wiki for those who need to know certain commands or to find out what other features they might be missing out on. Alright, next we have advanced features. These features are only available to supporters and mentors. The Transmogrifier, this is a mentor-only feature. It's a tool which allows you to take elements out of any of your campaigns and put them into any other campaign. It works similarly with the Copy Extend campaign feature, but you can also use it to add objects to in-progress campaigns. A very useful tool for those mentors out there that have one map that applies to different campaigns. Then there's dynamic lighting. It's an advanced lighting tool that can calculate the line of sight on the fly. They've only added better features to the existing dynamic lighting. With the line of sight now added, you can modify your character's field of view, so it automatically determines what the characters can and can't see. It functions a little bit like this. This makes it useful because in the past you would have to use Fog of War to hide the rooms that have light in them, but now you can simply just add field of view to your tokens. Now we have Roll20 API. This is another mentor-only feature. I wish it wasn't, but that's the way it is. An awesome addition that allows you to write scripts that tell Roll20 what to do. So if Roll20 doesn't have complex features that you think are needed, you can simply write your own script, which is written in Java, to customize your Roll20 experience. There's also good community support with scripts others have written. Next on the list is mobile tablet support. See, they've had this for a while, but they've apparently improved its functionality. I don't have an Apple or Android tablet, so I can't say much on this front. They do say that anything with the same specs or better as a Nexus should work fine. Last on the advanced features list is the dev server. This is a mentor-only feature where you get to test the latest features and give the devs feedback to guide that feature where it needs to be. So now that we've glossed over features, how well does it work? It functions pretty damn well. With a good core of basic features and a nice advanced feature list for those supporters and mentors, you can pretty much do whatever you would like in Roll20. So let's get down to the cost. So since it works well, how much does it cost? Well, there's 3 tiers: free, supporter, and mentor. While the free users do have access to basic functions, if you game a lot, you might want to consider upgrading to the supporter or mentor. With either a monthly payment plan or a bulk service plan of a year, the cost is fairly standard for an online service, at $4.99 a month or $49.99 a year for the supporter, and $9.99 a month or $99.99 a year for the mentor. Well, that's it. So what's my verdict? Well, Roll20 is still the cleanest looking online virtual tabletop application I've seen. This web-based app requires no download and has a set of great features that you can use for free and an even better set for a standard cost. It's updated pretty frequently with great features and tweaks to existing ones. While any features missing that you might have on other virtual tabletops, you can create almost anything with the API system. I strongly recommend this online virtual tabletop. Thanks for watching, and if you choose Roll20 for your tabletop needs, come back and check out some of my Roll20 tutorials on simple basic functions to the more tricky stuff. Also, I have plenty of RPG videos out there, so feel free to keep on watching.